This video is to speak to you if you're the woman who you're already accomplished. You do a very good job of living well, of being accomplished in the ways that are societally okay. And you have a deep, incontrovertible, clear call to go all in on your very distinct, specialized work. Whether you see that in the spirituality domain that perhaps lives in the corporate world, so you'll be taking it over there in your distinct and unique way. Whatever way you see that being international in the authentic you, hosting your international retreats, speaking internationally, and bringing forward this way of being, this quality of voice, this specifics of what you're talking about, the topics, the content that requires such a unapologeticness, a trueness. It's disruptor type content and way of being. And you know it's time for you to go all in on that. And you're on that edge of knowing it's time to go, but because you know it's time to go, you're finding yourself easily pulled by so many good things. You know, this is with the friends and, you know, travel, busy, all the clients. And so in this video, I want to share with you some questions for you to ask yourself, okay, which requires you harnessing your attention and energy to sit down, take your time, and answer these questions honestly. Before I share the questions, I want to invite you to sign up for my Er0tic Path Newsletter. This Er0tic Path Newsletter is published every Monday, and in this weekly newsletter that's published every Monday, I share in a variety of ways and different angles how you can come into full, aroused, true feminine power. And so the newsletter that was published yesterday, Monday, because the newsletter is published every Monday, what the topic in there was, it's not that you want too much, it's that you can only have, you can only have too little, or something like that. It's not that you want too much, it's that you can only have so little. And that was pertaining to capacity. And so the entryway into the topic, I presented the questions that I'm getting ready to share with you. So basically, if you like more of what I'm sharing here in the form of a weekly newsletter, you can go to the link in the description of this video and subscribe to the Er0tic Path Newsletter. Okay, so now I want to ask you these questions. You can write them down or you can just answer them. You can play this video and have it be an engaging experience with the video where you play the video, ask yourself the question out loud, and then write down your answer. So grab a pen and paper. The first question is, what do you want? What do you really want? Now, defining what you really want is you being honest about what you know is socially acceptable for you to want. Meaning if you went to your mom and said, you know what, Mom, I want this. Or you went to your current friend network or people who you know and you said, I want this. They would easily be like, me too. Totally understandable. Wow, how inspiring. Go for it, right? Like if you said you wanted to buy a house or, you know, get married or go on a trip to Italy or like all these things that are so easy to celebrate, right? Those are easy to want because you know they fit into societal norms. But I am asking you, what is it that you want that you perhaps feel some shame or guilt for wanting, or it feels ridiculous or unrealistic to want it, but you've been wanting it for 5, 10, 20 years? Be honest, admit it, write it down. Next question is, if there were no restrictions, no concern that your desire will be judged, or you weren't concerned there would be negative responses to your desire, if you had no concerns that your friends and family or clients or business or income would be negatively impacted by you having the thing you want, and you could have what you deeply, truly want, what do you want? Okay, now here's a possibility. Do you already have what you most want? It's possible. If you do, congratulations. What's next? Is there a next? Or is what you currently have enough for you for the rest of your life? The next question is, if you have a desire that you know you don't have, are you engaging in the action that you believe would help you have it? The next question is there even any action to take to have what you want? And so this last question is in tandem with the following. Or more so than taking a specific action, is there a different way to deeply experience yourself so that the way to what you want presents itself, or the false desire falls away and the real one bubbles up because you cleared out the gunk. And oftentimes, gunk is representative in socially acceptable desires, shame, guilt. These are examples of gunk, which block your magnet of having what you most want. The next question is, assuming you got what you most want, then what? How do you feel at the point of having what you most want? Next question is, what does having what you most want give you? What feeling does it give you? What experience does it give you? What does it support in your life by you having what you most want? These are questions I encourage you to ask yourself. If you're a woman who you're already accomplished, you do a very good job of distracting yourself and hiding and being very admired by people in the socially acceptable normal world. But you know, and perhaps only you know, that there's a much bigger game to play that requires your authenticity. It's an energy game of authenticity, raw honesty, and being who you really are, and doing the work to bring her solid inside of herself, true, refined, and then bringing her out onto the world stage. If you are drawn to me, particularly to work privately, perhaps over the year at elevated levels, please ask yourself these questions in advance. Then if you're ready to take the next steps of inquiring about us working together, I invite you to go to the link in my description and fill out an application thoroughly. But please first, ask yourself these questions. Get a level of clarity, because the clarity could shoot you in an entirely different direction. Or the clarity could confirm that, yes, it is time for me to work in an exclusive VIP over time high-level package with Naima. If that's the case, again, I invite you to go to the link in my description and complete an application to work privately together. It is difficult to be a true woman who's aroused, refined, authentic, who does not fit into what's normal and socially acceptable and would get so much social praise, while we all know that behind closed doors, and when I say behind closed doors, I mean deep inside the cavity, the unconscious mind of the body of a full-powered woman, even a man, what truly lives there is so much beyond the normal world of what we celebrate easily and publicly. If you're done with pretending you're shine and having so much more to give and do and be in your lifetime, I lovingly encourage you to harness your attention and energy and sit down and answer these questions honestly, and allow the admission and the raw truth of your answers to these questions to catapult you into the next right action. I wish you abundante